What's up, everybody? So Toyota have introduced the facelifted Toyota Corolla Cross. I've always been a huge fan of this car, and it's finally received a facelift. In this first impressions video, what I'm going to do is show you the exterior, the interior, and go on a little first drive impressions. But I do think that it's a product that's worth everything. So let's get straight into it. In terms of exterior, they've done a lot of work, and what I'm immediately drawn to is the semi-closed off grille with your 360-degree camera up on there. Your hybrid badge comes in blue. You've got some fog lamps on there, which are also in LEDs, some fake vents that come across here, but it's just a really good looking front. Some headlights, which are LEDs, with some dynamic turn signals, and we've seen this in the likes of the Fortuner. So these are the same dynamic turn signals. At the side, you've got these 18-inch alloys, which are really good looking. Depending on your grade and model, you'll essentially get up to 18 inches. The nice thing also is that if you drive a lower variant spec, you can option these wheels if you want to. You've got an HEV badge on there, which I do quite like. There's mirrors with your 360-degree camera. You've got keyless entry into the vehicle. And these roof racks, which are actually functional. This Corolla Cross badge over here is a really nice touch. I do quite like it. And at the rear, it's just the standard looks, really nothing hectic over there. Just the same headlights that we've seen, but they do have some black detailing at the top. An electronic tailgate, and it does have the kick function if you are, that fancy people who come with some bags. Decent amount of boot room in there. I'll show you guys that over. But I think they've done an immense amount of work onto this car. So yeah, guys, that is the exterior of the car. I'm gonna get inside and then we'll go for a little drive. Alright, now jumping inside, and before I even get to everything else, the foot brake is gone. Thank the Lord. That was always such a faff and I didn't like it. So thank the Lord that they've gotten rid of that. But these seats are really gorgeous. The stitching is beautiful. There's this line that runs across here. That's just really, really good looking. And the driver gets electronically adjustable seats. Well, Greg was sitting here, so this is like probably in its last setting.
There's no memory function, so don't move it.
So these seats are beautiful. This contrast color on the armrest is really nice as well. You've got space in there with some seats. 2 cup holders on here. So here's your electronic park brake on here with auto hold. A really good looking gear shifter on there, space on here. But I think it's such a missed opportunity because this could have been a wireless charger, but A-less, we do have one USB Type-C up here and then one in the rear, which is great placement. Your digital driver's display now is essentially the same from your Corolla hatch, and it looks extremely gorgeous when you do cycle through those various menus. And you've got 3 driving modes, eco, normal, as well as power, but we'll talk about that when we do get into the drive. This infotainment is now bigger, 9-inch, with Apple CarPlay wireless and Android Auto, but Android Auto needs to use a wire. I'm not mad at that though, it's just Android Auto. The stitching on the dash is really good. It's just a solid car, to be honest with you guys, and I appreciate that quite a lot. And also, I need to understand what's with Toyota and their beef for a sunroof or a glass roof or something. I do feel that in this XR variant, or at least the GR Sport, just have a glass roof or even a little sunroof just up here, especially given that the South African market love their sunroofs. So I don't know what the beef with Toyota has with sunroofs, but we don't have that. I'm going to jump into the rear and let me just get this into my driving position so that I can show you guys my sitting position with everything in this position. So yeah, let's jump into the rear, but I think they've done an immense amount of work in this interior. When you jump into the rear, you've got great legroom. This is my driving position, which I think it's perfect, essentially. The seats are comfortable, headroom is massive, but I actually want to get Greg on here to just see how he sits because he's quite tall. You've got a cup holder on here, which is a nice touch, but also you've got other cup holders on here. So you don't have to complain. You can put your water here and your cold drink here. So that's quite cool. Yeah, that's the rear, guys. So I finally have my chance to drive. I've been a passenger princess all along, and I've been sitting in the HEV earlier on, and that was just a really nice car. I mean, it's obviously XR, which is the top of the range which, well, not really top of the range because we've got GRS, but before GRS, that's essentially the penultimate that you're getting. And it's a really nice, comfortable car. But the nice thing is that in here, you still have the same interior, really, besides the digital driver's display and some little things that I'm sure you will not even notice. It drives really good. We've gone through some corrugated roads, bumpy roads, going through Paley, and it took it really quite well. Mechanically, nothing has changed inside the cars, so it's still the old Corolla Cross that's always been there.
A new shell and technology.
Correct.
Yeah.
So yeah, fuel consumption on here currently sitting at 8 liters, but this car's like brand new. It's like 300 kilometers on the clock. So that's not bad. I'm pretty sure as you drive on, it's gonna go down.
Yeah.
The HEV for me though, and I do know this is, Greg and I had a massive debate about it. Less power and everything, but that's the pick of the bunch for me. 545,000 Rand does seem like it is a lot of money. You now tempering on the likes of the T-Crosses, R-Line. What else? You can even get a Cherry Tiggo 7 Pro.
Yeah.
You can get a Haval H6. Yeah, entry-level Haval H6 you can get. So it is quite tricky, but I mean, it's a Toyota at the end of the day for me.
But you got to look at fuel consumption versus what you're comparing it to.
All the others, yeah, that's
others
true.
are going to skyrocket, but
That's
if you're getting
true.
the hybrid version, you're going to sit 4.5 to
4.5 liters.
5.
Yeah, that's true. The only thing that comes closer to it in terms of fuel consumption would be the Volkswagen T-Roc R-Line, that 1 liter does, a lot of range. Fuel consumption is also quite low on that. So yeah, I think it does. I mean, it just drives the same way it's been driving for me when I first went to the launch 2 years ago in Durban. It's still the same thing that it's driving as. CVT, absolutely hate it. And this is where I feel like I do know the segment people want automatics a lot.
Yeah.
But have a manual.
Option.
Yeah, have a manual option. And I think that you've got a winner on your hands. And obviously, it's also going to come in slightly cheaper.
Well, yeah.
It's going to come in slightly cheaper. So Toyota haven't confirmed if this range has any manual at all. If they do, I'll put it on screen. But there isn't any manual from what I'm noticing right now from the Great Walk and everything. And that's where for me it kind of leaves me a bit, but then also the market does not want manuals. That's one thing that I know for a fact. So yeah, great product. I do not have anything negative to say about it. I think we're still going to see this a lot on the roads. I mean, this is the best selling passenger compact SUV on the market currently.
Yeah.
So it's still going to remain the same. Everything has gone up. Yeah,
good recipe.
In terms of pricing, everything has just gone up slightly, but 8,000 Rand or so, a few thousand, obviously, from the previous generation, well, the pre-facelift. So, yeah, I think you can pick up even the pre-facelift models for cheaper now, because they'll probably be letting go of that stock. So, make a good decision and just do that. Otherwise, if you're in South Africa, don't forget to always keep left and pass right. Please let me keep left for this Beijing to pass. Yeah, road to 10,000 subscribers. Let's go. From me, peace out. Gregory.
Tot ziens.